Goodness, breaking news has come in today that Arsenal are tracking FOFANA, and a fee of around 15 million may be enough to secure his services. And also some news from Academy Scoop that Arsenal have been in touch with the entourage of Desire Doué, who is a talented player who I liken to Neymar. But before I get into everything, if you are new here, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn on those notifications. It will be very much appreciated. So without further ado, let's get into it. Desire Doué, talented baller. I've watched a lot of his games and he's due to play at the Olympics actually for France, and you'll get to see his quality there. And I'm just gonna say, this kid, the technical ability he has is at such a high level. He loves the ball to his feet, and you can just tell a player who plays with so much confidence in their own ability, you know, being so young, 18, 17, around there, he still wants the responsibility at Rennes. He's played a lot of games for them last season, and there's no surprise we're interested in this sort of player. It's time we get these sort of players that have got a lot of individual quality. We often talk about the team as a collective being really good, but you want players who have that singular quality to win your game, and Desire Doué definitely has that. His ball striking is at another level. I just can't believe he's so young when I look at him playing. Stade Rennais, they often bring up these really good players. We talk about Camavinga, who came from there as well. You can just tell that they've got a really good academy system, and they all have the simple basic fundamentals. Really good on the ball, but off the ball really good as well. And Desire Doué, I've talked about him, he can play left wing, he can play 8, he can play in a double pivot as well, right wing 2, centre forward. Really versatile player, and we need that sort of player in our lineup. You know, we talk about Smith Rowe. It does seem as though if Desire Doué was to come in, it would spell the end for Emil Smith Rowe, but that can be okay sometimes. You need to sometimes be a bit ruthless, and maybe Emil hasn't done enough to maybe, you know, secure his spot in our squad. And Desire Doué is such a fantastic player. You know, he can deputise for Saka on the right wing, he can play on the left wing, he has that silky skill, left foot, right foot, unpredictability to play on the left wing, and he's also really good defensively as well. He's really good at pressing and marking space. You know, not many balls come through him or past him when he's playing in a double pivot for Rennes, and that's what you want to see really, a player who's comfortable on the left, in the 8, in the double pivot, on the right. You just want to see somebody who can play all those positions to a high standard, and he certainly can. It's just an exciting player really, and it's rumoured to be around 35 million for him. That's an absolute bargain if you ask me. We've got to start going and hitting these players when they're young, because in a couple of years he's definitely going to be like a 70 sort of million player, and by then you don't really want to be spending that sort of money on him. So now go and get him. Arteta can work with him. I feel like he can really take him to that next level. And so I just really hope we can really press on with this deal. I know we're looking at a lot of number 8s, number 6s, but Desire Doué is what I would like to call a market opportunity. Players that come onto the market who are available, who you have to go for if you are a top club. And I suppose the good thing with Desire Doué is he's still, you know, so young, so he doesn't want to demand first team minutes. That means you can play Partey and Rice together, because it does seem like Thomas Partey is going to stay next season. So you could just have Desire Doué as that, you know, rotational option with Partey, and then you've got Declan Rice can play the 8 with Partey's in the 6, and then Declan Rice can play in the 6 when Doué is starting. There's just so many, you know, different things we can do when we get this signing over the line. That's, I think, what makes it more exciting. But yeah, as you're seeing these clips going on about Desire Doué, and you just have to look at his technical ability, his ball striking, his confidence, his ability one-on-one. He wants the fullback to go backwards. I talk about Doku of Manchester City. I'm not going to say they're, you know, like for like, because I think Desire Doué is a much better dribbler, much more consistent with his dribbles. But, you know, they just strike fear into their fullback. It's that unpredictability that you want from a winger slash somebody who's going to come in from central with brilliant ball carrying ability and an eye for goal as well, which is key. We need a lot more goals off the bench. A lot last season, we got a lot of goals from the bench, but you want more. And I think Desire Doué can definitely do that. We've got Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League. That's why I'm saying we should definitely go far in these competitions to give the likes of Desire Doué minutes if we were to sign him. Ifeanyi as well. There's just a lot of, you know, positives when you go far into these competitions. It can really help you develop the players you sign that are going to be on the bench, and also your academy boys as well. But yeah, Desire Doué, we've been in contact with him. 35 to 40 million looks like to be the fee that Rennes want. Quality player, can play left wing, right wing, central midfield, double pivot as a number 6 with someone like Declan Rice. It just seemed like the perfect, you know, market opportunity really. Let's go on to Youssouf FOFANA, and Jacob Benz is a really reliable outlet for Arsenal news, and he's talking about, you know, him being available for 15 million. That's a bargain. I think that's another market opportunity. When you see his ability on the market for as little as 15 million, you can't help but want to be interested. Apparently us and AC Milan really want him, and I'm excited by this deal. I've already made a video on him before. I've likened him to a bit like Thomas Partey, really. He has, you know, the ability to play forward passes, find long switches like we see with Thomas Partey when he's in the lineup. And you kind of want that. You want some player to come in so you don't lose the quality of the player that could be going out if Partey was to leave. And I think Youssouf FOFANA, you know, 26, he's still so young. He's had the ability and the opportunity to be captain at AS Monaco. So he's got that experience. You know, you want to see somebody who takes responsibility when they're coming to your club. And Youssouf FOFANA can certainly do that. He's definitely got, you know, what it takes to come into our side. I think what you have as well when it's only around 15 million is that you have somebody that, you know, can be a rotational option as well. He won't really want to demand to start week in, week out. Obviously, you know, there's certain games where you want to have a FOFANA and you want to have a Rice, because FOFANA is that sort of engine room. He's more athletic than the likes of Thomas Partey who are at the club. He's got the eye for a pass. So maybe when you're playing against City in the Champions League, someone like FOFANA would make sense. But I feel like when you're playing the likes of, no disrespect to the likes of Ipswich, maybe Bournemouth, although they're really good pressing sides, you want someone who can receive the ball and get into the final third and is known precisely on their final third ability. And I think FOFANA will know his role if he was to come to the club, and I'm just really excited by him. He's got good attacking numbers as well. I don't want to discredit that at all. He really does know how to get into the box and, you know, attack and create goal scoring opportunities, which you want to see. It just seemed like a perfect sort of bargain. I'm just a massive fan of him. I've watched him for AS Monaco, seen a couple of his clips as well, which you guys may see in the background of this video. He just looks so assured when he receives the ball, and his technical ability is at a high level. The fact he has been called up to France, just shows how good he is. Didier Deschamps is quite strict in his selection, so the fact he sees FOFANA as a fantastic player, somebody to have in and around that highly talented French squad, just tells you about, you know, the sort of quality he has. And he actually did come on for France in their last game, and he did look really bright. I liked the look of him. He looked to press high. He wants to win the ball in the final third of his team, and that's what you want. We're a pressing side. We're a team that wants to win the ball high up the pitch. So bringing in players that already know, like, their play style is to win the ball in the other third of the pitch is what you want. You want that. That's where most of the goals, most of the chances are created. So someone like FOFANA, who's used to pressing high, winning the ball high up the pitch, creating chances as well, is something that you want to have at the club for sure. And I'm just really excited. 15 million for him, 35 to 40 million for Desire Douar. Just seems like the perfect market opportunity and the perfect sort of signings you want to make as an Arsenal player. I think this summer is going to be more about, you know, bringing our floor upwards. Our floor upwards is the word I was looking for. Not in terms of getting the squad to be better, but having options that are below, you know, the first team players who can easily come into the squad, and you won't feel like a loss of quality at all. And FOFANA, Douar are definitely players who can do that. So I hope Arsenal do push in and go with their interest to sign these players. I feel like it will be worth it. But yeah, that's it, Gunners. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on Desire Douar and Youssouf FOFANA. Are they players for a combined 40 odd million that you would want to see at the club? For me, definitely. Until next time though, peace.